I just received a call from Silas. He's on his way here with a whole truckload full of oak logs, which I'm super excited about because we're growing mushrooms.
So we got a new project here. I was over at my friend Bobby's house. Thank you, Bobby. Helped me get these logs. They're oak from his property over south of town. And the plan is to inoculate them with shiitake and lion's mane. You show me a place, babe, to dump them.
I think this is the area. I think this will work nice. Is that okay?
That's our pile for now. That's what we got to work with. Next step, let them layer for a week or two, and then we'll do the plugging. So I got a load of straw and more oak logs here for our mushroom projects. We're gonna start soaking down a bale here right now.
The credit goes to Silas for taking the lead on this mushroom growing experiment. We love eating mushrooms on the regular, both because they're delicious as well as offer different medicinal benefits.
What is that little contraption?
It's a spawning injector. See, I bonk, 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 and then it shoots out that little wad of sawdust spawn. I did about an inch straw. Break that up. Water it. You can start crumbling it now. We don't want to add too much. We want to make it go a little bit. I'm just making it all up as we go.
How many layers are you making?
3 or 4 or so. You'll be watering this.
How often?
Kind of like you'd water a garden, just depending on how hot it is. You're spreading about like you're doing perfect.
As we were prepping the wax melting station for the log plugs, our friends T and Grace joined us. And I jumped into stripping the moss off of the logs.
Roll, roll, roll your logs. Wow, look at that cloud of dust flying off there.
We then drilled 5 16th-inch holes on all sides of each log and filled them with plugs that were inoculated with shiitake spawn. The ends of the logs were dipped in melted wax to help seal in moisture, and then we used a couple of dabbler tools for sealing the plugs. From there, it was just a matter of rinse and repeat until all of the plugs had been used. We worked as a group, forming a bit of an assembly line. I drilled and filled the holes, while T and Grace did the waxing.
One more style of mushroom inoculation we're going to do with a sawdust spawn and this inoculation tool. We're going to do lion's mane on some bigger oak log. Again, we got this from North Spore. It's not sponsored, but we got all our stuff from them. And it's kind of a chunk of sawdust that's been inoculated. Just kind of break it up. I don't even have to break it up much. I just kind of do that, loads that up, bring it to the tool, pop it in.
Everyone's making really good progress on their inoculations, and it's time for a bliss ball break. So that's what we're gonna do. Keep the troops strong.
So I'm gonna prep these kind of big logs here, that one and that one, for a method called the totem method. I'll cut it into some sections and it'll be stacked vertically and the spawn will be layered between the layers. I better put some safety glasses on.
Cy prepped the area for our lion's mane totem by gently scraping back the pine needles and laying a piece of cardboard on the ground. He then stacked the logs with layers of sawdust spawn sandwiched in the middle.
This will be fun to watch.
After it was capped off, He made sure to wet it down real good.
This is going to be fun to watch grow. We're going to put a bag over it so we won't be seeing it all the time, but we can take it off. 2, 3, 4 months, it should be all fused together, and there should be all mycelium growing all throughout these layers and ready to put on lion's mane.
The mushroom party is moving along. We're almost wrapping it up. T and Grace are finishing with the last of the waxing, and Sai's going to cut up some logs for T and Grace to take home to do their own little lion's mane totem stack. I figured I would just come in. I had made some food earlier to feed everyone. I'm just going to turn my little toaster oven on. We're going to have a baked polenta with salad.
So we wrapped up yesterday. We were all hungry, so we kind of just hustled in and had dinner, and it was really good. Andrea made us a lovely dinner. But I wanted to give you a little recap of where we wrapped up yesterday. This is half of what we got. T and Grace took half. So after about 3 to 4 hours of working with a little crew, this is what we got. Of course, it took us a little bit to set up, and we aren't experts or anything, so we were a little slow. But after we got our wax pot going well and our system, I think we could do even twice that in the amount of time. There's ways to do it faster, and we've got a lot more to do. What we have here is the shiitake logs. They're drilled and waxed and done with a plug spawn. Right here under the bag, you can't see it, but it's a totem style with lion's mane in there. So that's a chunk of oak cut into 3 pieces that are about 16, then about an 8 or 10, and then another piece and a cap. And then there's spawn layered in between each of those. I brought the bag down over it, tied it around to keep moisture in. Sits like that for a few months as it inoculates. I sprayed a little water in there too. And it's sitting on a piece of cardboard to kind of keep the moisture in the bottom. Third pile are lion's mane inoculated with a sawdust spawn and an inoculation tool. They're a bigger log, and it's kind of an experiment to see what happens. Over here we have our oyster mushroom inoculations. One of them's on a bale that I cut in half, tied back together, and just took the inoculation tool and injected the sawdust spawn of Italian oysters all in the bale. Soaked it down real good first, and then I just have a bed on the ground that's layered up like lasagna. Scratched back pine needles, layer a little bit of spawn, about that fluffed in straw, spawn, and then we'll keep that watered. Andrea's going to be our kind of tender here, so she'll be out here watering and checking moisture levels. And so oyster mushrooms in the 2 straw beds. And this is the extent of our inoculated logs and straw. And then over here, we have more to do. We will be, one of these days soon, I'm ordering new spawn from North Spore, and this will all be shiitake logs here. So me and Andrea, maybe we'll get T back out, not sure, but we'll get a process and we'll whip all these out too. So that's where we got.